All right, welcome to your COVID-19 shadow boxing workout. That sounds kind of like one of those PX99 or whatever, one of those fad workouts that they sell, so we'll just have our own then, right? All right, so what I did was I wrapped my hands, even though I'm shadow boxing. I'm just going over this, you don't have to do this, but if you do have wraps, some of you in my class, I talk sometimes about the ritual of boxing, and that's part of it. You're gonna wrap your hands when you work out. Even if you're just shadow boxing, you're not hitting the bag. It's just part of it. It's almost like meditation. Calm before the storm, wrapping your hands. And then you're ready, and then when your hands are wrapped, you're in work mode. And you don't take your hand wraps off, even when you're doing abs at the end. You're in work mode the whole time, right? Then you take your hand wraps off, and that's like you're done. Also, you start usually with like a sweater to warm up. So you're shadow boxing, so we're just in here, we're just gonna shadow box. We're loosening up, we're warming up, just easy. Throwing punches, throwing punches. This is one, it's a jab, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Throw uppercuts in there, uppercuts, hooks. Throw some movement, movement. You move, showing a little movement here for those you don't know. So your stance, you're gonna be a little bit more than shoulder width apart. You're gonna have a lead leg. If your power hand is your right hand, you're gonna have left leg forward. And so you can move forward like this, forward, forward, backwards, forward, quick steps. To the left, gonna pivot, pivot, to the right, slide, pivot, slide, back. So mix that up. Also, bobbing and weaving. This bobbing and weaving, boom, boom, like this. Bobbing and weaving, going under the punches. Bobbing and weaving, moving. Side to side, call that slipping. So straight punches coming at you, boom. Side to side, slip, slip. So you're punching. Shadow boxing. Slip, bob and weave, step and pivot, and you can combine those. So we have our pivot here, we have our pivot, pivot, right? Going that way, we can step and pivot. So you want to go further. You go further, it's coming at you, here you can step and pivot. You can combine bob and weave with the pivot. So you're here, here, bob and weave, boom, pivot. You could slip and pivot. So you're here, you're gonna slip, slip step and slide, pivot over. See, you're here, step and pivot. Slip the jab, step and pivot. So we're warming up, we're warming up. Shadow boxing. Don't forget to breathe. It's another one, breathing. It's easier to remember when you're shadow boxing. You're going to breathe with your punches. When people don't know how to box, they hold their breath. Or they're not used to it, they hold your breath. It's just natural. When we exert ourselves, we hold our breath. It's just it doesn't make any sense, but it's what we do, especially when we're not familiar with the movement. Like for most of us, I hope that when you're jogging, it's just natural to breathe because we're used to it. We're used to that. It's like you're used to breathing while you're walking. You're used to breathing while you're running. But when you try something new and you're boxing, people start doing this. And you are going to faint if you do that. You're going to run out of breath quick. So what you're going to do is you're going to breathe short breaths with every punch. You could hear it when you see somebody training boxing. You could hear it. You could hear the breath. That's what it is. You're breathing. So you have air in your lungs, and it's almost like the punches force it out of you, but not a bunch, right? So you're not going to throw a jab and exhale this whole exhale. You're going to be like, right? Because that's the same thing. You're going to wear yourself out. You're not going to have any strength that way. So you're in here, subdued. Now the way it's really done is it's usually done through your nose until you're really tired. Biting down on that mouthpiece, you're in there and you're breathing through your nose, and that's why you have that sound when you watch a boxing match or watch somebody training. That sound is actually the air coming out of their nose. It's a little bit more advanced. We don't need anybody blowing coronavirus snot all over the bags or anything. So if you can't breathe out of your nose, just breathe out of your mouth. But don't forget to breathe. Here. Short breaths. All right, so shadow boxing. Get warmed up. Then you take off your sweatshirt. Another thing with the boxing ritual is the hoodie. It's one of those cliche things you see in the movies all the time, but there's a reason for that. It's not just warming up. It's similar to the hand wraps where you got the hoodie on and you're warming up. People are just getting mentally prepared. They're in the zone. They got their head down, and they're just thinking. They're just getting ready. They're loosening up, getting ready. Got the hoodie on. All right. So for a workout, you're going to start shadow boxing more. So before we were just kind of loosening up. We're loosening up. We're throwing punches, just kind of like throwing like this, little uppercut, movement, right? So then when you start shadow boxing this workout, you're going to actually move as if you're fighting somebody, as if you are in a boxing match, and you're really visualizing it. You're visualizing it, and you're throwing punches for real. And let me just note, some of you find out that missing is a lot harder. So you're in here shadow boxing, then when I tell you throw hard punches, throw something hard, you realize it's a bit harder than hitting the bag sometimes, because you're used to putting your weight in the bag. You know, we're in here, we lean into the bag. You have your weight into the bag, and you get used to that. And then when you throw that same combination, sometimes it's hard because you're not used to missing, right? It's a different set of muscles, different balance that you're using to miss these punches. But you have to get used to doing both. And that's one of the reasons why shadow boxing is important. And if you have gloves at home, for this part, you can throw your gloves on and get an even better workout. So a little bit of that weight. And that's how you get used to throwing those hard punches. How are we doing? Good? On time? All right, so you're in here, you're shadow boxing. Move, slip. Right? So you can do that. Do that for a little while, and then now I'll show you some combinations, right? So it's kind of hard to talk and do this at the same time because I'm not in shape like I used to be, all right? So combos, here's what we're gonna do. For those of you just starting, right? So you're here. You got your guard up. You got your stance. Now you throw the one, that's a jab. One, jab, jab. A little bit closer so you can see it. So you're in here. Jab, jab. Jab is supposed to be fast. It's supposed to be quick. It's hard, but it's not a power punch, obviously. It's so fast that the other person has their guard up, and it goes right through their guard. Boom, boom. They can't dodge it. Boom, here. Jab, jab, right? Then you follow that with a right cross. 1, 2. So in slow motion, we're here. Jab, and when you pull this one back, the right cross is coming. You're going to shift your weight. Your back foot, your hip. That's where your power comes from, your weight. That back foot is going to turn so you have your weight behind the punch. If you're here, you don't have your weight behind it. Here, weight behind the punch. That's where your power comes from. And here you have all that power, your body weight, plus the force of your punch. That's where your power comes from. So you're in here. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. Remember to get your guard back. You don't want to drop that right hand. You don't want to do 1, 2, and then drop your hand because you're going to get hit with a left hook. You're going to throw a left hook right over the top of it. Same thing with your jab. Throw on that jab, you get it back. Jab, and it's back. You drop it, you're going to get hit with an overhand right. Here, boom, right hand. Right, so keep your guard up. Now, left hook on top of that. So we're going here. We're going 1, 2, left hook is 3. So when this pulls back, we're going to shift our weight. Boom. 1, 2, 3. Now, the uniqueness of the left hook is that it's a power punch coming from the weak side. And that is unusual because it's from the weak side and it comes from an angle, so people are not expecting it. They don't see it the same way. And it's faster than other techniques of switching your power to the opposite, but similar, right? Similar concept. So the only way to shift your power, right? You got your power comes from your back side, right? Because that's where your hips are. Your hip turn this way. So your power back here and you turn into it, whether it's kicking or throwing a punch. So normally the only way to shift your power side is to either switch your feet, right? or to roundhouse, to turn around with either a kick or a back fist, something. But with the left hook, you are able to instantly shift your power and throw this hook by shifting your weight to your front and turning. So you're turning your front foot, you're turning your hip into it, you're turning your shoulder into it, and you're throwing it across. Boom, throwing it across. It's a devastating punch when people get it right because of those reasons. Because you don't see it coming, it comes from the side, and because it's shifting power to the opposite side. So you're in here, 1, 2, 3. Now when you're doing these combos, one thing I was going to say, shadow box in front of a mirror. If you have a mirror at home, it makes it easier. You can see what you're doing. Same as like lifting weights. The way people stand there and do curls in front of the mirror. Same thing. You're going to be in front of the mirror and you're going to be shadow boxing. You can see your movement, right? You move forward, move backwards, right? So you're in here, back, you know, movement, step, pivot, all that. All right. Let's do another one. So, movement strategy, right? So we're just going to do the 1, 2, 3 right now. So we're still on the 1, 2 with some movement this time. So what we're going to do is we're jabbing and we're stepping and we're pivoting. So we're jab and pivot, jab, pivot, jab, pivot. Do that. Get used to that. Jab, pivot. Now the strategy here, your opponent is squared up on you. Say this person in front of me. When I'm pivoting, I'm jabbing to keep his balance from coming forward, to keep him off balance, and to keep him from throwing punches. So even if I'm not landing these jabs, even if he's blocking them, I'm keeping him away. Boom, boom. And when I'm pivoting, he's going to be turning with me because no one's going to let you just go around the side of him and get an angle. So I'm jabbing, pivoting, and he's turning with me. But what he's going to do, perhaps, is get careless when he turns towards me. So I jab and pivot, and then 1, 2, 1, 2. So he walks right into that right hand. Sitting there blocking the jab, and when he steps into it, 1, 2. So we're going to do that. So it's jab, pivot, 1, 2. Just like that. So closer, you're in here. 1, 1, 1, 2. 1, 1, 1, 2. All right. Another one. Let's do another combination. Sometimes I name combinations when I'm in the class, right? So people can look up those fighters and kind of see their style. One of them I called it the Pacquiao combo. So you got Manny Pacquiao, and he's got his 1, 2, and he has what's called a shovel hook. So it's not quite an uppercut, and it's not quite a left hook. It's in between, right? And he throws that one to the body. So it's a body shot. 1, 2, shovel hook to the body. And then 2, 3, right hand, left hook. So 1, 2. So you're in here. 1, 2, hook, 2, 3. 1, 2, hook, 2, 3. 1, 2, body, 2, 3. Pacquiao, call that Pacquiao. Throwing those combos. Right. This other one, called Mayweather. Why not? Mayweather, one of Mayweather's specialties is he's going to throw that lead right hand because he's so quick. So normally you're boxing and you're throwing that jab. The other guy's getting used to throwing that jab, and the next thing you know, boom, you just lead with a straight right. So Mayweather, we're going to go right hand, uppercut, left uppercut, overhand right. So we're in here. Right hand, uppercut. Now you're going up with the uppercut, and then you're just coming back down with it with the overhand. So you're here. Boom, boom, boom. Mayweather. Snap that lead right. That lead right. So you're in here. Throwing that jab, throwing that jab. So you see that jab? Next thing you know, lead right. Lead right. Similar to that, one thing we talked about is the 2, 3, 2. So we have 1, 2, 3, and then we have 2, 3, 2. It's the same thing, except it's a straight right cross and a left hook, and then a straight right cross. 3 power punches. So you do this as a finish sometimes, or as a lead combo. like I was saying, used to the jab, timing that 1-2. Next thing you know, 2-3-2, 2-3-2. So get used to that. 2-3-2. 2-3-2. That's also a finish. Throwing flurries, combinations. Sometimes the last one, boom, 2-3-2. And with that, we'll go to the bob and weave combination. So, with that, what we're going to do is we're boxing. We throw a 1-2. We pretend, in this case, that the person throws a counter left hook. Takes that 1-2 and he's throwing a lead hook. So we're going 1-2 and we're ducking the left hook. And we're bobbing and weaving back, right? So when you bob and weave, you could either be to the side. You could bob and weave and kind of put your foot forward, weight on your forward foot, so you could come up with a left hook. Or bob and weave back. So my weight's back here, my fist is here, and I can throw that right hand right away. So that's what we're doing for this one. As we're going 1-2, 1-2, bob and weave back, 2-3-2. A little closer, we're in here. We show you another technique. So Mike Tyson, back in his prime, I mean his prime was young too, early 20s. What he did back when he had his all-star trainers, Customato, Kevin Rooney, and Tyson's This Natural Ability, one thing he would do is he would come in, he would slip back and forth, and he would bob and weave. And he'd throw hooks, he'd throw lead hooks. He'd even throw jabs, even though he's short. He'd throw these reaching jabs like this. He's in here, boom, reaching jab, right? Now, his signature, he'd come in, he had this devastating uppercut, this right uppercut that he would follow with the left hook. And the reason why that's a deadly combination is because that uppercut, your chin is tucked in boxing, right? So even if you get through your guard, you try to get hit without getting your head knocked off, right? So you absorb the punch a little bit. The uppercut, your chin's down, the uppercut would lift the chin. So you're in here, boom, uppercut lifts the chin, left hook cleans up. So when you're like this, you're vulnerable. Left hook comes, good night. Sometimes it wouldn't even take that. He would throw the uppercut and they were done. So a lead uppercut is not a very wise punch to throw because you're open. You're throwing the uppercut here, you're open right here. People are gonna time a left hook on you. They'll throw a jab, you know, like anything. It's a hard punch to land as a lead. So what he would do, he's slipping, bobbing and weaving. He would throw the right hook to the body. Now what the hook does is it makes, if someone's trying to throw, then he's landing this devastating, hard right hook to the ribs, and he's putting you out anyway. So you block that. So he's blocking this, and what does that do? It leaves you open here. So he would throw with the same hand, a right hook, right uppercut combo. So just start doing that first. Just do that part first. You're in here and bend your knees with this lead hook. So you're in here, boom, 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 boom. And you do it quick too, he's in here. I'm slowing down, I meant quick, not like that. All right, so in here, he's here, boom, boom. Then you finish with the left hook, so you're in here, boom, boom, left hook. Right, uppercut, left hook. So do that one. Let's do that one a few times. Because that's a good workout. Because you're in here. Mix it up with some movement if you really want to get some cardio with it too. So you're moving, shadow boxing, slipping, bobbing and weaving, step and pivot. You're in here. Hook, uppercut, left. So you're bending, you're really turning. You're using that core, you're using your legs. You're in here. Boom, boom, boom. So really get that one. Get that one in front of a mirror. Make sure you're doing it right. Call that a Tyson combo. All right, now, we'll do some sort of shorter drills. All right. As it takes me longer and longer each time to catch my breath. All right, so boxing is not designed to talk through it. It's like some of the trash talkers in the ring, like Roy Jones, Muhammad Ali. I don't know how they did it. They're sitting there boxing, talking trash to their opponent at the same time. I don't know how they do it. So let's do this. We're gonna do jab, slip. So this one, definitely fun to do in front of the mirror. So it's almost like you're jabbing and you're slipping. You're seeing how fast you could do it together. So you're in here. Jab, slip, jab, slip, jab, slip. Now let's jab, slip, come back with a 1-2. All right, similar to that, one other thing you could do, step away from the mirror, and if you have a string, get a string. That'll work. If not, just imagine it. And it's a fun drill to do. That'll get you a good workout and work on your technique. You're just gonna step, you're gonna be stepping forward. Now when you move forward, small movements. Back, forward. And same with bobbing and weaving. You're here. Bob, weave. Bobbing and weaving and stepping forward at the same time. So you're in here. Step, bob and weave. Bob and weave. Bob and weave. All right? Keep your guard up. Not like I just did. Keep your guard up. You're in here. Bob and weave, look forward. Forward. Now mix it up. When you get that down, 1-2, bob and weave, 1-2. Other side. One thing I do if I don't have a string or a rope that I'm going under, sometimes I'll bob and weave to the right, slip and pivot to the left, because it's just more natural for me. That's the way I used to move, like that. So you're in here, 1-2, bob and weave this way. So moving to the right, bob and weave with it. Bob and weave with it to come out the other side. Now for the left, since I have lead foot left, I wouldn't really bob and weave to the left unless I was throwing a lead left hook. So bob and weave here, boom, left hook. Bob and weave, left hook, right? But if I was throwing the 1-2, I would just slip, step, and pivot. So you're in here. Slip, step, pivot. Bob and weave, step, pivot. Bob and weave, slip, step, pivot. Right? So do that. Start from whatever's comfortable. You might be good at bobbing and weaving and coming forward. You could throw uppercuts with that. You could throw straight punches. You could come in slipping from each side, slipping, or you could mix it up like I was saying. Just moving in, 1-2, bob and weave, slip, pivot, bob and weave, slip, pivot, like that. Let's go back, let's do it again. All right. Now, what's time we at? Good, okay. Now, what you do now, when you're done with all that, is you shadow box to cool down. So you do your combinations. Do your shadow boxing in front of the mirror. Throw your combos hard. Then, you cool down the same way you worked out, same way you warmed up. Shadow boxing, you slowly ease it back down. So this way, you're working out the same muscles, the same joints, the same technique for everything. You're warming up that way, you're working out that way, and you're cooling down that way. So it helps you cool down the exact muscles and movements that you've been using, and it also helps you with your technique. Me, instead of taking the time to cool down, I'm gonna do what you're not supposed to do and just go sit. Don't do that. I'm gonna do it, but you shouldn't. Cool down the right way. Shadow boxing. All right. See you when the quarantine is over.